All right. Buffs fans, how's it going? Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Hope everybody's staying warm out there. I mean, we got this countrywide freeze going on. It's cold out here in Boulder, but we got it toasty. We got it toasty in the apartment. That's why I got my Pat McAfee look going on right now. But y'all let me know in the comments how you're doing. Please check in. Please hit that like. It's going to help this video go out to more Buffs fans. But I got a treat for y'all. I know that some of y'all asked for this earlier this week, a little film room on Taurean Carter. So hopefully my plug comes through with some 2023 all 22 tape here soon. As of right now, I just got the last few years to go into. So luckily I got some 21 tape, which was Taurean Carter's last year before his ACL tear, which caused him to miss the entire 2022 season. And I mean, I didn't even look into it, but I know that with how they utilized him this past year, they mainly used him, I'm guessing, more as like a 3 technique where you're responsible for that gap in between the tackle and the guard. But in 2021, they had him primarily playing like nose tackle, like kind of directly over the center. And he actually graded out better in a lot of ways at that position. So before I dive in, I got this into 2 parts. So today we're going to take a look at his 2021 film playing nose tackle against Mississippi State. And then part 2, which we'll do tomorrow, we'll take a look at what he did against Ole Miss at that same position. But I think that he's a guy that has flexibility to play on different spots of the line. If he's going to, let's see, like say we have Wonkwo in there at the nose tackle position, could he play more of that defensive end position that we've seen as well? Yes, but I think you could also see somebody like Taurean Carter replacing Wonkwo at that interior nose tackle position, lining up over the center, that 0-1 technique in pass rush situations, because what you'll see is that he does a pretty good job at collapsing the pocket in pass rush situations, and does a pretty decent job of holding his ground, filling up space in run situations as well. So let's go ahead and buddy, yeah, it is a little cold, but hey, I'm feeling great. But I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, so I won't be able to see your comments as I'm walking you guys through this tape here, but I can get back to them at the end. If there's anything interesting, I can answer your questions and comments on that. But let me go ahead and pull this up, and we'll get to it. What's up, Bodie? Hope y'all are doing well. Hold on real quick. All right, here we go. And then hopefully that looks good. Okay. Let's get to it. So Arkansas is up here 13-0 against Mississippi State. We're going to start out, and again, he played more of a rotational role, which was pretty funny because in some of these circumstances, I felt like he played better than the guys in front of him, particularly 99, which I thought was pretty interesting. But you'll always see Taurean Carter lining up here at the nose tackle position, kind of directly over the center, and just watch how he collapses this pocket here against Will Rogers, I believe, is behind center here at Mississippi State. Nice little swim move. And I don't know if like he was reading screen on that play or something like that. Maybe it was. And yeah, you can see he has a nice little swim move there. Kind of gets out. Yeah, maybe sniffing out that there was a plan to dump off to a running back here. And kind of covers that for a minute. But Will Rogers is able to escape the pocket, but they're able to bring him down for a minimal gain. But And I don't know exactly what he's asked to do here, but I thought he did a very good job of obviously beating his man there in that pass rush situation. Oh, and he wore 91 during this year. This past year in 2023, he wore number 9. Just so you guys aren't getting confused. Another pass rush situation. Um, this is a really nice drawn up play by the offense in which Rodgers is getting rid of the ball really quick. But you see, and for the most part, I mean, they had 2 guys devoted to him in these blocking situations. All right, another 1st and 10 here. And I think we face this should show you some of his ability in the run defense. So when he heads up against the center right there, and this is kind of a wide pitch play here, but you can see he gets himself kind of in to the play, if I remember correctly, just a little bit late. But you see him still getting there. And again, I don't think that Taurean Carter actually ended up on the stat sheet in terms of tackles in this game, but you can see again causing disruption there with the offensive line. He's able to beat his guy right there. Good job by the defense on stopping that. So got a 2nd and 9 here as well. I don't think he's in here on this. If I remember correctly, we might have to, yeah, he's out of there. So let me go ahead and fast forward to 16:38. We got 2 plays. On the second play, he'll face kind of a triple team. False start there. So we got a 2nd and 15. Again, does a pretty nice job there of getting near the quarterback, pushing back that pocket a little bit. You can see probably with how it was designed, they wanted to open up some throwing lanes there for Will Rogers. But again, being disruptive. Guard has no idea, just kind of standing on an island right there. Will Rogers takes a hit, but he's able to get rid of it for a 5-yard gain, 7-yard gain, something like that. But yeah, he ends up having a lot of success in this game with that swim move over to the right side of the center. Yeah, this was like a 3-yard gain. All right, 3rd down. And here, they're only rushing 3. You can see both the guards and the center are like, hey, we're not going to let this guy beat us. I mean, just look at that. But yeah, we didn't really have a ton of bodies last year that demanded a triple team, I guess, in some of these situations. But leads to an interception, which is nice. Oh, I guess there was a penalty there on the play, but you can see here. I mean, not much you can do if you're Taurean Carter in that situation, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Go here to 24-42. We can watch another bull rush. And lining up at that nose tackle position. So this is like where you could also see him playing next year as well, depending on what the situation is. But again, as I've called out, 2023, he was mainly used as one of these more defensive ends, graded out a little bit lower, had more success as a nose tackle. How much does that have to do with his injury in 2022 and him coming back? We'll find out. But I think you will see him utilized in both of these positions depending on the situation. But again, he did have more success as a nose tackle. Little bull rush here. There to the right side. Not much really to say there. Nice little touchdown catch, though, by that Mississippi State player. But you can see moving the center back. helping collapse the pocket, but that guard does a good job assisting and getting him out of the way. All right, let's go to 30-42. All right, we got a 1st and 10, 2-point game here at the nose tackle. Another pass rush situation facing passing situation facing a double team. Doesn't get much push here. Again, kind of has 3 guys responsible for making sure he doesn't get anywhere. Nice play by Will Rogers. I wonder if he goes to Alabama now. And then let's see what we got here. Yeah, another passing situation here for Taurean Carter. See how he works through. Nice little handoff there by the offensive line where the tackle's taken in. But again, disruptive with the pocket. And, you can give him assists, man, for helping break down that pocket with that sack. Again, that's not going to show up on the stat sheet that he was creating chaos here with the pocket, but definitely helped there. And Arkansas gets that sack. Let's see if I got any more plays. This might just be it for this game. All right. 31-32. Oh, that's this next play. Another bull rush. Ear collapses the pocket. Ear is just a 3-man rush, but does a really nice job again on collapsing the pocket, making things a little bit more stressful for Will Rogers there. Held as well, and they threw that flag. Yeah, right there, just totally held. Credit to him for drawing that penalty, for working through that. It's never easy when it's a 3-on-1 type of thing, but it shows you again what what he brings here to Colorado. Obviously, he brings size on this defensive line. That's something that we're looking to bring more in of. So being 6'3", 303, 305 pounds, something like that, that's really going to be helpful. And again, I think that you might see him replace Wonkwo in some of these pass rushing situations because he graded out, much better in that category, especially from, this same position. There was one other thing that I did want to point out with him. So again, I'm looking at his 2021 stats again. This past year, coming off an ACL, his grades did not look nearly as good. Again, playing a different technique as well. So I don't know if Arkansas had another defensive coordinator come in here or something like that, but mainly, was responsible for that A gap in 2021. In 2023, mainly that B gap, and we saw much lower grades. But substantial pass rush grade in 2021, 72.5. That is way higher than anybody that we had on our defensive interior this past year. And he's going to help a lot in the pass rush and be serviceable as well in the run defense. Again, to kind of put it into context here, I always bring Houston in here so you can kind of see, because Chidoze was so good at the run defense, lacked a little bit in pass rush, so 60.3. But Taurean Carter again, year before the injury, graded out as a 72.5 in the pass rush, which I think our highest graded pass rusher was from the interior was probably Amari McNeil. Yeah, so he's going to provide, at least statistically, what it looks like now is kind of serviceable ability in the run defense department, as well as somebody who can really help us out in passing situations from that interior spot. So, and again, like guys like Amari McNeil, they're young. Taurean Carter, again, he's got another year removed from this injury, and that's usually when you see guys again take that next step and get back to kind of that trajectory that they were on. So I think that he's going to be fantastic piece. I'm guessing again that you'll see him as a rotational piece for this defense. I have no idea, how we're gonna do this whole thing with like who will be the starters on the defensive line. I guess not until I know kind of what the particular scheme will be, who this defensive coordinator is, and yeah. But anyways, I'll go ahead and get to some of your comments for a little bit, but be sure to tune in for part 2. I'm going to be taking a look at his film against Ole Miss during that year as well. And that was going against a really good offense. Matt Corral was there, all that. So, East Coast Kev, appreciate the $5 super chat. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Just when Prime starts rolling, there's an article out now bringing up Warren Sapp's past domestic violence dispute. When it rains, it pours. Yeah, I knew that there was something that went on with Warren Sapp in the past, and I mean, yeah. From what I understand, that was a very long time ago. For context here locally, there was some of that brought up. I think it might have been a domestic violence or something like that, or sexual harassment allegations, allegedly. I don't know. With Vance Joseph, when he was hired as the Broncos head coach during his time here at CU at some point. I mean, it's really unfortunate that people want to bring up again stuff that happened forever ago, and people can grow from those things. I hope Warren Sapp has, and I hope we're running a zero tolerance policy out here. I don't think that Coach Prime be bringing him out here if there wasn't substantial change. So, yeah, it's media is always going to try and cut down what we got going on here. But, ultimately, I'm really happy to have Warren Sapp here, and I'm hoping that, he really gets this D line into shape with Sal Sinceri and Coach Dancy. All right. Rawhide, what's going on? Man, your panel was hilarious yesterday. D-Shot at David, who is your sleeper walk-on for this year? I don't think any walk-ons are going to play for us, but, how can you not like the name Cash Cleveland, right? I like the fact that we got another offensive lineman in here. IMG teammate with Jordan Seaton. And, that's just an awesome name, to shut up all the old whites. He's our white player that we brought here. So, Cash Cleveland looks like he's getting settled into his dorm. Enjoy college, man. Enjoy it. Buddy, I appreciate the kind words. I just have a lot of fun doing this, man. Just trying to play my part, play my role. No, Taurean Carter was not a starter at Arkansas during any of his years, but he was a substantial rotation player. Okay, this wasn't a guy that was riding the bench or got no snaps. At his school. I know that we've brought in some of those guys to see, hey, can they become these substantial rotational players now? Taurean Carter has the potential to kind of go from being one of those main rotational guys now to being one of those main rotational guys, or like going from supplementary rotational to main rotational or even starter. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, during 2021, took 244 total snaps. Here in 2023, again, coming off that ACL, 261 total snaps. Okay. What else we got here? Hey, Shirley, hope you're having a great day. 63305. What's going on, Her Moments? It's so cold. How can you wear that? Hey, man, I got a toasty up in here. Dave says Pat McAfee today. Yes. But I will not be having any QAnon conspiracy theorists on my show weekly. That's not going to be happening. We're going to keep things strictly football. Funny how Arkansas had a bunch of portal guys, now a ton left. Have to have coach. Yeah, I think it's so funny, man. And People love to make a huge deal out of the guys that have left our team in the portal, and I mean, really, the only guy that played an impact on this team was Anthony Hankerson. Yeah, yeah, those charges against Warren Sapp were dropped. It's just terrible. But yeah, that was forever ago. It's because they hate Prime and the moves he's making for this team. Yes. Who cares? Why would he even mention the article about silence? Sounds like a CU hater to me, David. Myra, no. I mean, East Coast Kev has been on this channel for a long time. He's definitely a CU fan. He's just, getting a frustration off his chest. There's nothing wrong with that. Come on now. We can't be taking everything so personally. And I guess in other news, and I'll wrap this up here soon, it's looking like Andrew Zimmer really is going to be the tight end coach here for the Buffs. So, son of Mike Zimmer, long time NFL head coach, NFL defensive coordinator. And Andrew Zimmer was on the staff as an analyst last year. So, again, I love that idea of promoting from within. Let me go ahead and pull up his Wikipedia page, if he has one. Bizarre Foods with Andrew. What? He might not even have a Wikipedia page. I want to find his experience. Oh, yeah, I could probably just go to his University of Colorado page. All right, let's see what we got here. Andrew Zimmer. Okay, graduate assistant this past year. And come on, man. No information available. Come on, CU. We got to do better. Let's see. I guess he was at Jackson State prior. Not the son. Okay, fake news. He is the nephew of Mike Zimmer. Andrew comes to Jackson State after spending one season as a defensive quality control assistant at Eastern Illinois. Zimmer spent 2 seasons as the offensive graduate assistant at Mid-America Nazarene University from 2019 to 2020 after beginning his career as an assistant coach at Lee's Summit, Missouri West High School 2016 through 2018. It's very interesting. It's a big-time school in Missouri, and Williams Noweri, I believe, went there. Caden Green was at the offensive tackle that transferred from Oklahoma to Missouri, also went there. Zimmer played collegiately at Kansas as a tight end and running back. Okay, so he's got experience playing the position. Great. Welcome to the staff, Andrew Zimmer, Kansas City native, offensive assistant. But yeah, you can see that today we offered this guy. I think he is. Where's he from? From Kansas, a 4-star tight end. Nice. Got some nice size to him going into his senior year. 6'6", 220. Okay. Junior season, 9 games, 42 receptions, almost 1,000 yards, 14 TDs, 2 called back. I mean, great stats, though. Looks like he's got some big-time offers. So, yeah, in terms of, I think, what we're needing left in this portal period, let's get another offensive lineman in here. Let's get another defensive lineman in here. Let's get another linebacker. Maybe another running back. And we need probably another tight end or 2. That's kind of how I feel. Buffalo, who is our defensive coordinator? No idea, but it's got to be named soon, right? We see well off making new videos. We got the first team meeting is tomorrow, I believe. So, I mean, they can't hide these guys for forever, right? It's been talked about how they're in the building, at least from the offensive coordinator side. I heard it was a Carl Reed that insinuated that the hire's already been made, but we don't know if that person's already in Boulder or not. I guess that's the trick. We'll just we'll just have to see there. But yeah, anything regarding this school, guys, I'm sure that CU has done, their checks on things. Warren Sapp isn't the first coach to come here that has had legal issues in the past. Eric Bieniemy, is another guy. So if they're vetted, if they're employed, I would assume that they've done the work, they've done the homework. These guys have grown and moved on in all those situations. Not implying culpability. I don't know what happened with any of these cases, but just saying how it's probably not a worry on their end right now, especially if charges were dropped. But this stuff that happens at a lot of universities, I don't think you'll see it be a big issue. Joe Flacco playing well. One of the craziest stories in the NFL this year, right? I absolutely love it. My pick for the AFC is the Baltimore Ravens. My pick for the NFC is the Dallas Cowboys. And who am I going to say? Who am I going to say wins that matchup? I guess I'll go with Baltimore, but I think that this is the year the Cowboys get it done. The Eagles, who knows where they're going right now. I think the 49ers are pretty vulnerable with Brock Purdy right now. We'll just have to see, but Dallas has played well. Have they had the toughest schedule or anything like that? No. And then the Ravens, they've been, they're an amazingly well-coached team, very physical. They got an elite defense, and hey, Lamar Jackson he might not have statistically the year that he had 2-3 years ago when he won MVP, but the way in which he's leading this team, he's running this offense, taking care of the ball. He's the MVP, and two, I think he's playing his best ball of his career. Might not be statistically, but I feel like he's reached another level as a quarterback, and it's hard not to pick against the Ravens. Plus, I'm just a Lamar Jackson fan. I would love to see him win a Super Bowl, shut Bill Polian up, stuff like that. All of that. Yeah, but guys, I'll go for a couple more minutes here. Let me know if you got any more questions or comments on things. But a little bit of a slow news day. I saw that Will Shepherd was on Twitter Spaces with Sam T and a few of the other guys that I follow on Twitter on the Undisputed Buffs space. I haven't checked that out yet, but I'm definitely going to give it a listen at some point today, and that's really cool. Looking forward to see what Will Shepherd has to say today. And I saw that he said that South Carolina was one of these schools that was negatively recruiting him once they found out that he was interested in Colorado, which I thought, was, quite hilarious. What's up, William? Hope you're having a great day. Hope you guys are staying warm. And, I went to the store yesterday to get a bunch of staples, because it's so cold out. I don't want to be going out today, but I got Honey Smacks. I got, what else did I get? I got brownie mix. I got bananas. I got ice cream. I'm going to enjoy, my pseudo snow day. Who are your starting cornerbacks? David Talks Buffs. Great question. Travis, number one. I guess I'll give you my top three. Travis, number one. Cormani, I'm expecting to take that leap. I'm expecting him to take that leap. And then DJ McKinney. Those are my top three guys, I guess, that I would put on the outside. Omarion Cooper, I really like as well. I think we're 4 deep right now at corner with guys that I really trust. Some of y'all are saying don't sleep on Adam Hopkins. We'll just have to see where he shakes out. Now at the slot, I think you'll see Preston Hodge mainly play inside. That's where he, mainly played for Liberty. So I guess depending on situation, you'll see some sort of combo of those 5 guys, but those are like my top 5 corners for sure. Real solid 3. But I like DJ McKinney. I like that he's already a Big 12 starter. I like that he's got great size to him, and you know, he's proven it. That's great. Yeah, y'all stop getting worked up over one comment. What is up with you guys? Like, it was just a question. Like, let's not be freaking out, or it's just a comment. Let's not just be freaking out, arguing with each other over the fact that my guy East Coast Kev wanted to get something off his chest. Stop reading into it and making it a huge deal. Stop it. It's the weekend. We don't gotta be so on edge and just upset. Like, like, good lord. Vito Tisdale, I want to see him at safety. And this could, right now, if we're not bringing in any more safeties, this very well could be the year for him to be that guy. Can he stay healthy? I guess that's always kind of been part of the story for him. But a guy that Kentucky fans really liked, and right now I don't really know who you see started that traditional free safety spot next to Shiloh. We got somebody like Cameron Silman-Craig, who I think could do that, but he primarily played star last year. That hybrid role. Same with Jaden Milner-Jones. I don't know if Jaden Milner-Jones has the speed to be a free safety. Maybe more so, you could see him taking over for Shiloh after this year. But the NFL is kind of going more in a way in which you need both of your safeties, in a sense, to be able to cover substantially. So, it would be nice to have kind of 2 cover safeties back there. So could a guy like Vito become that guy in that traditional free safety spot? That would be pretty interesting. Oh, yeah, we could also put Slusher back there. Yes, Slusher. We didn't really see him much after this first half of the season. I think that was mainly because of injury, but we still have some safeties that I think are really, really talented. From what I remember is that Slusher's strengths was more in the run game as well than it was in the pass. But that is just strictly going off, y'all know, my poor memory. So don't take that too seriously. Yeah, baby girl coming in here saying, Millie's hard. I like his game. Jaden Milner-Jones is awesome. And I first had the opportunity to watch him when I was in Texas for the holidays last year, in December, when DeSoto was playing for their back-to-back state title there. And that defense was absolutely insane. He had a really great game. And, they used him a lot up front, kind of like a box safety sometimes, or at linebacker. So it makes sense that we've kind of seen him used in that star role. Again, I really do wonder here at some time, or in some time, do we see him make that transition over to a full-time linebacker? I'm not totally sure, but Jaden Milner-Jones did very well at that star role, whether he was filling in for Slush or for Cameron Silman-Craig. He was one of our highest graded defenders last year. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm excited for this Kansas City Miami Dolphins playoff game. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Guys, remember, man, have fun with this. Enjoy every moment of it. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back tonight if we have some breaking news, but I'll be back tomorrow with part 2 of my Taurean Carter film room. Again, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate everybody that spends time to check out my videos. And as always, everybody, go Buffs.